Hi listeners, I'm T, a mum of two.
And I'm Roz, T's mum.
Welcome to another episode of the Property Mamas UK podcast.
In this episode, we are going to talk about joint ventures, also known as JVs. We have been approached by an investor recently who wants to JV with us. So we thought this would be a good opportunity to talk about the different types of JVs that are there and also the reasons why people JV.
Yeah, I mean, the current opportunity that's come up for us is a BRR opportunity. And if you've listened to previous podcasts, you'll know that's a buy, refurbish and refinance. That's where you buy a property, you renovate it, and then you have an exit strategy at the end of it. So you refinance to either have it as a buy-to-let or to have it as a house of multiple occupancy or something like that, or even an Airbnb. So yeah, that's the kind of opportunity that we're looking at the moment. And as you know, our business is in sourcing. So we are sourcing a property that we can refurb and potentially add to our portfolio at the end of it as a buy-to-let.
One of the good things about a BRR, is that sometimes the exit strategy, which, as you know, could be any option, doesn't always work. So people can then say, okay, well, let's just sell, which is known as a flip, and just get our money back and and then they can use that money to then invest in another property.
Yeah, and it's also good to have more than one exit strategy. Like you said, if one doesn't work, you can just switch it up to a flip, and you've got your money back at the end of the day.
Yeah. So always make sure that when you are when you're with a deal, working with a deal packager,
whether that's us or someone else.
Yeah. Just make sure that you look at the different exit strategies that are available to you and agree on the onset which one which one's going to be A, then your B, and you think so you know that if one doesn't work, you've got another one.
Yeah, you have options.
Exactly. With the opportunity that we have coming up, we are looking at getting approximately 80% of our money out once we refinance. We will then put it on the market to rent, and that's going to give us 7 to 8% yield per annum. And obviously, this doesn't include capital growth, which is going to be making us money year on year as well.
Yeah, in years to come. So moving on from that, there are different types of JVs or joint ventures, and there are also different reasons why people choose this avenue. One type is the 50-50, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's where you and your business partner or an investor have a 50-50 split on everything, from the deposits to the refurbishments to the stamp duty and all ongoing costs as well. If the exit strategy is a buy-to-let, then the ongoing costs that are related to that as well.
And the refinancing of this would be split 50-50 between the two of you.
Yeah. But there's also another sort of type as well, isn't there?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of deal packagers, stroke sourcers, would be familiar with joint ventures where the investor puts all the capital in, which covers the deposit, stamp duty, legals, etc. And the deal sourcer, basically, their 50% is based on their time. They are responsible for sourcing the property, making sure the numbers match. So they will look at that. They will also do the groundwork basically. And they will also be responsible for getting the right team in place for the refurbs. They will negotiate with the letting agents, etc. So and also get solicitors on board. So they are basically
finding brokers and things like that as well. Yeah.
So they basically do all the legwork. So that although they're not putting in the capital, they are putting in.
They're putting in the time.
Yeah. Which most investors are time poor, so that makes a good JV.
Yeah.
And as well with those ones, normally you would agree beforehand what the split will be. Generally it is 50-50, but depending on the properties, the amount of deposit or the amount of work that's required, you might want to negotiate, the investor and the deal packager might want to negotiate on what the split's going to be.
Yeah, at the end of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. But there are different reasons why people might go into JVs. With the first option, the 50-50 split, it's usually if a sourcer doesn't have all the funds available to them for the whole project, or if they're already in partnership with an investor, someone that they've worked with before on a portfolio, or if they're expanding an existing one. That's usually, I think, the reasons behind why someone would go for the 50-50 split.
Yeah. And for the second option, that's usually for investors wanting to have a completely 100% hands-off investment. So they are quite happy to fund it, but they don't want to do anything else. They don't want to be responsible for looking at solicitors or looking for solicitors or builders or what have you. They just want to put the money in and then get the return at the end of the day.
Yeah. Yeah.
Another reason for the when it's like the investor puts in all the money and the deal packager does the groundwork. Another type of investor that appeals to is overseas investors, because obviously they are not in the UK, they're not able to view the properties, they're not going to be necessarily familiar with the legal systems, they're not going to have builders and that are in the UK. So for them, they're quite happy to put in the money, and then we do the legwork, or the deal packager does the legwork, and then they just do a 50-50 split. We hope you found this useful, and if you would like to get in touch with us, you know that we are available on all our socials: TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, etc.
Yeah, you can find us. Just search the Property Mamas UK, or even the Property Mamas, and we should come up as well.
Exactly. And also visit our website if you want to.
Yeah, propertymamas.co.uk.
Exactly. And I'm just going to do a little plug here. We are quite active on TikTok. Sorry, I had to put that in.
Yeah, no, TikTok's definitely our most active platform, I would say. You can probably find out more actually about this JV opportunity that we are on TikTok as well, because we will be recording, when we go and view properties and things like that. So yeah, stay tuned on there.
Thanks.
For now, we're going to say goodbye.
So this is goodbye from me.
And from me.